Howdy, 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 all you cool cats and kittens. Welcome back to another week on Anti-Tools Farm. I'm Jared, he's Berkeley, and we are Stardew Valley Tools Aren't Real Edition. You can call us SVTer, you can call us something else, but don't call us your friend.
Not where I thought that was going.
Oh, I should have done the dad joke. Don't call us late for dinner. There you go.
Oh, I haven't heard that one. Is that a common dadism?
I don't know. I don't think my dad ever said it.
Can't be that common then.
Is my dad a common dad?
Oh, no, but like out of our entire sample size of one, plus I guess me, that's just not very many.
That's true. That is the true fact.
Well, welcome back, everybody. If this is your first time joining us, we're beating Stardew Valley without using any tools. We're using just our bare hands here on the farm. And we've completed a good chunk of the community center already. And now we're just trying to finish up the pantry as our next target. We've got enough bombs and sprinklers that we've been able to farm that way without using any watering cans or hose. And so we're making good progress. Ooh, the flower dance.
Oh yeah.
Do you want flower dance?
We haven't really befriended anybody.
That's true. The flower dance is pretty awkward without a partner.
This is just like real life.
Oh, I hate this. Okay, yeah, I'm good to skip it.
Same.
I think we have a good reason to go. All right. We are coming up on the end of spring, year two. So we're kind of just biding our time until summer when we'll be able to plant some more crops to finish up the pantry of the community center. But we've got a few things that we want to do in the last 5 days of spring. We are hoping to get some more money and buy some bomb crafting materials and clear out some of these trees on our farm so that we've got more room to actually plant crops during the spring. We haven't had a lot of clear land, and so a lot of our important things are all right next to each other, which is a shame when you have to use bombs to till your soil, because we can't till soil too close to our fruit trees, we can't do it too close to our mahogany saplings, so we're kind of in a tight spot. So yeah, I think it's time for us to expand the farm, clear out some more land.
Yeah, it's been tough, but we've got so much money now that when Clint finally opens back up for business tomorrow, we're gonna get it all the bombs.
Is he closed today?
Yeah, because of the festival.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna go to the desert though and trade out our quartz and jade.
Okay. Do you mind if I start blowing up some trees?
Please be my guest.
Okay, I will
Make
see.
my day.
Hey, welcome back, Androxima. Androxima's from Cowboy Times, if you'll remember.
Indeed, cowboy. Is it Cowboy Times?
It's not Cowboy Times anymore. He's lost in time. Which is a really cool place to be lost, if you ask me. Oh, you know what? I can't actually craft bombs because you're the one with all the mining XP. So, whenever you have time, I'll just leave all the stuff in chest.
Self, how does it feel to be the MVP? Well, Self, feels pretty good. That's right, Self. Okay, I'll be there shortly. Wow. Bombs are
I'll head up
here.
to the mines, I guess. Oh, wait. You know, the other thing we want to do is we want to get as many spring seeds as we can, because we will be needing to trade those for winter seeds.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll just run around and try to gather some forageables so we can craft some more spring seeds.
Okay. I've got what is it? A daffodil.
Oh, nice. That's one of the 4. I always feel a
And
little guilty when it's a festival day and I'm running around town and I see other people. It's kind of like when you're a kid and you're at church and you're like supposed to be in class, but you're wandering the hallways and you see other people in the hallways. And it's like, neither of us are supposed to be here right now.
too relatable. I did that all the time.
Or school, I guess. Maybe that's the more relatable scenario. Yeah, here's Maru. She's supposed to be dancing right now.
All right. Copper, coal, iron. And it's bomb time.
Nice.
Oh, looks like it's just copper. All right, we have 4 cherry bombs.
Hey, we've got a ton of iron that you can also use to make regular sized bombs.
I grabbed it, but I did not see the recipe in my crafting.
Oh, what level of mining do you have? Have we not been able to craft regular bombs yet?
I am level 5 in mining.
Hey, let me check the wiki. Yeah, level 6, you get the regular bomb recipe. That is a shame.
Well,
Guess we'll have to buy some copper.
better tell Clint to stop doing whatever it is that he's doing.
He's just watching Emily dance and moaning that he's not the one dancing with her.
Classic Clint.
Classic Clint.
Okay, well there are cherry bombs in the brown chest for you when you're ready for them.
Okay. Cool. I'll wait till we have enough that we'll know we'll actually be able to finish off some of these trees.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Oh, we got a truffle. Nice. Thanks, pigs. Oh, we got a second truffle.
Double
Great
nice.
day.
What causes this barrier between the dwarf merchant and the mines to disappear?
Oh, you're not gonna like this. Tools is the main way.
Oh,
You can cut it down with an upgraded pickaxe. I think that bombs will also work though.
oh, okay. Well, I foresee interesting times ahead.
Okay. I also want to just mention a caveat that we've had on our oh wait, no I don't. Yes I do. Okay. We've we've got a little loophole here. I'm gonna come clean with you all. We've talked about it before, but if you missed it, we've got a loophole in our no tools policy where we're only not using tools that can be upgraded by the blacksmith. So scythes cannot be upgraded by the blacksmith, and so we are using those. We actually can't finish the community center without them because you need them to get hay or wheat. I can never remember which one is which, but one of those two you need the scythe for. So we just had some rice that was fully grown, and I cut it down with my scythe. So if anyone's keeping score and thinks we're cheating, yes, but in a way that we agreed to earlier.
You can't blackmail us. Well, I have successfully foraged 2 cherry bombs so far.
Oh, nice. That's great. I've just been sitting around, not doing anything.
Well,
No, I ran around and looked for forageables, and there were not any.
at least you tried. I'm proud of you, Berkeley. So, speaking of sitting around and not doing anything, I've heard that you've become kind of a connoisseur of children's media.
Yeah, what a transition.
Well, I was
Um,
like assuming that it's like TV.
okay, yeah. Yeah, I have just spent, so I've got a 3-year-old, which means I spend a lot of time watching Disney movies and children's TV shows and stuff. And at first, it was a little bit like annoying, but either I've learned to recognize how good they are, or something in me has just like broken. And now I I really enjoy it. I love watching the same movies over and over again. No, I don't love the repetition, but somehow like watching movies repeatedly, I've gained a new appreciation for a lot of these children's movies and TV shows. And I've especially noticed that a lot of the kids movies that have come out recently are just a lot like more deep and meaningful than ones that were available when we were kids.
Can you give me an example, like in comparison?
Yeah, so have you watched Encanto?
I have, yeah. Great.
Yeah, came out the end of last year. So, like all Disney movies, it's a cool movie about like happy people trying to do the right thing. There's not a ton of um, like a moral ambiguity. It's just people being cool, good people. But unlike earlier Disney movies, a lot of the conflict comes from like family relationships and people having um, like trying to understand. Well, Mirabelle, the main character, is trying to understand where she fits in her family. Um, and there's no romantic plots in it. There's no like big bad evil villain in evil clothes, except for Bruno, I guess. But there's a twist with that I won't spoil.
Mm-hmm. But
Um,
we won't talk about it.
yeah, we won't talk about Bruno.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which just feels different from like the movies we saw growing up. Like Lion King had Scar, who's just like the bad guy, and the conflict is how do we beat the bad guy. Um, Aladdin had Jafar, who rhymes with Scar. I just noticed. Um, also is just like the big evil guy who's evil because he's evil. And so there's like not as much depth to those storylines. I feel like, and not as many lessons that people can take away. And Encanto's not the only one. There have been a lot of movies recently where a lot of the tension comes from family relationships and people trying to just like find their place in the world. So I've got a list here. Luca, did you see that one?
Yeah, Luca was really interesting. It was very different than I expected it to be.
Yeah. Do you want to give a summary of Luca?
Oh man. Yeah. Mermaid family. One of them is really interested in Vespas, and another one is a little shy, but I think wants to like be a stunt person, if I'm not mistaken. And they end up like going above water, which they're not supposed to do. And when they do it, they realize that they can like transform into human people when they're above water. And lots of interesting hilarity ensues. They befriend a local girl and start training for a bike race where the prize is a Vespa. And the bad guy is like a oh no, I'm about to pass out. Oh
Wow.
man. Please don't take my dwarf scroll. Yeah, so the bad guy is a champion cyclist who's a jerk, and a cat who can tell that they're not actually people. That's my summary of having seen it once a year ago. Did I do
Nice.
good?
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, more detail than I would have remembered. I was trying to remember like character names and things like that before, and I
Oh
couldn't.
yeah, one of them is Luca.
Yes, one of them is Luca, and one of them is Vespa. No, just kidding. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So that's another movie where like characters are trying to kind of discover themselves. They've got tension in their relationship with their families and like understanding their place within their family. A lot of their goals are at conflict with what their parents want for them, which I guess maybe isn't really a new theme. That's kind of a theme in a lot of movies. But the way that they get to their resolution is through oh, Megan in the chat says it's Alberto. Thank you. The way they get to the resolution is like through being really authentic and open with their relationships and like expressing their needs and communicating, and is just very, very wholesome. So yeah, I enjoyed both of those movies. I think the best example of this is maybe Seeing Red. So
I've not seen that yet.
Okay, so Seeing Red is about a girl whose family has this curse where once the women in the family get old enough, they start turning into this kind of like a werewolf, but it's a giant red panda. If I remember right, it's tied to their emotions. Like when they get too upset, they turn into this giant panda. And everyone in this family for generations has been super ashamed of it. And so when the main character starts experiencing it, her mom is like giving her all this advice about how to keep it hidden and how her friends can't find out about it or else everyone will hate her. But I don't remember how this happens, but she does end up like sharing this thing that happens to her with her friends, and her friends love her for it, and she's totally accepted by her school community and even really celebrated for it. And that causes more tension with her mom because her mom is all prim and proper and wants to keep the secret hidden, and she's finding all this like love and excitement and acceptance at school. And I think there's like really good analogies there about how sometimes we have to find our family, the people that are going to accept us when we're not receiving the acceptance that we need at home, which is like a very mature and really cool theme to have in a kids movie.
Yeah.
It actually got some backlash because some like more staunch Orthodox people felt like it was encouraging kids to be rebellious against their parents, but I didn't feel that way at all after watching it. I think
every movie since Frozen has had that take, I think. Like,
yeah, that's true.
People have complained about that, but I think it really comes down to interpretation. I don't know. Yeah, anyway, sorry to interrupt.
No, thanks. Yeah, so I'm just really, really impressed with those movies and those themes. I just wanted to mention one more. I don't want to talk about the whole movie, but just a specific line from a specific song. So in Frozen 2, there is a part where one of the main characters, Anna, thinks that her friend has died and is singing this song about grief and depression. And I start tearing up every time I hear it because the song is so good and so like it hits on really heavy emotions. I just wanted to read one line. She's singing about how she's like in the dark, she doesn't know what to do, she doesn't see a path forward, and she sings, "How to rise from the floor when it's not you I'm rising for." And if you've ever like gone through a period of grief, I think that you'll recognize those feelings. It's just like incredible that they're putting so much thought and effort into these movies, knowing that it is gonna like influence kids and the way they see the world and the way they process their emotions. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who makes children's media, who's like being so thoughtful about it, and I'm glad that my daughter will grow up with such cool role models in the things that she watches.
Yeah, that is really cool. It's been interesting to me because sometimes I wonder if that thoughtfulness is just sorry, this is cynical sounding, is Disney trying to capitalize on like millennials who grew up with Disney being one of their main like entertainment franchises. But even if that's all that it motivates them to do this, it's really cool that they're doing it because, like you said, like it's teaching people to be thoughtful and teaching them how to be more healthy and also a little bit more real, right? Very
Yeah.
few people will have to kill their uncle to gain back their throne. Um, so,
And if they do, they can read Hamlet instead.
well, yeah. If you're committed to learning archaic English, you can.
I love Hamlet. That's not the point, though. Yeah. Yeah. Like, these movies are dealing with things like there's still fantasy and like it's often like hidden behind symbolism or like analogies. Like no one's going to turn into a giant red panda either, but people are going to experience intense emotions that their family might be ashamed of, but their friends will be more accepting of. Yeah, much more practical and mature lessons. And on a very different note that's tangentially related, I just got to recommend the show Bluey. This is an Australian kids TV show that has been quite popular with adults in America. I can't tell if it's just parents that like it. I don't think so. I've got friends that aren't parents that are our age that watch it. It's about this family of dogs, and it's just really, really funny. It's got a I don't know how to describe it. It's got it's a very wholesome but also witty sense of humor. A lot of it is very tongue in cheek, where the parents are experiencing something one way and the kids are experiencing it a very different way, and so you can kind of laugh at both perspectives at the same time. Some people have pointed out that unlike most kids shows, it's really the parents that are doing most of the learning, and so this might just be a show that's parenting advice disguised as a kids TV show.
Clever.
Oftentimes the central tension is like mom or dad are tired and the kid wants to play and is just making a mess of things, and the parents have to figure out how to handle that and navigate it.
Relatable.
Very relatable. Um, Susie Moo says she hopped on late and came into us talking about killing your uncle for the kingdom. We've been talking about Disney movies, and that was Simba. Neither of us have ever had to kill our uncle for a kingdom. I don't think we've even had the opportunity to do that.
True. And if it was offered to me, I'd have to give it a hard pass.
I don't want kingdoms. And I like my uncles, so there.
Yeah. Can I recommend a movie that I like?
Yeah, please do.
I don't know if it's necessarily made just for kids. I'd say it's probably more marketed towards preteen to teenager. I don't know. I don't have a good sense of of that sort of thing, to be honest. But it's called April and the Extraordinary World, and it's an animated film about a girl whose parents were scientists, and like her extended family were scientists, and they were all working on trying to save the world because there were no more trees. All the trees had been cut down for some war effort, I think. And it's a really, really cool film. I don't want to give away too much because it has some interesting twists and turns. And it's maybe not as personally meaningful as Encanto or some of the other movies we've talked about today. But April and the Extraordinary World is a beautiful movie, and there is a little bit of like climate and science messaging in there if you must have an educational takeaway.
Cool. Well, what was the name of it?
April and the Extraordinary World.
Nice. Love that title. That's evocative.
Oh, and there's a cool anthropomorphic cat.
Oh, you cut out for me an anthropomorphic what?
Cat.
That could be a very good thing or a very bad thing.
It's not creepy like cats.
Okay.
I promise.
I read these awesome books called The Looking Glass Wars that were an alternate version of Alice in Wonderland.
Uh-huh.
And the Cheshire Cat character in it was like this super skilled assassin that could shapeshift at will between like a regular house cat and an anthropomorphic 7-foot tall cat. And so I think even before the Cats movie, I had an aversion to anthropomorphic cats.
Yeah, it's I remember really liking that book series, but I also remember it being a little gruesome. So
I reread them a couple years ago, and the writing is so bad. They're very poorly written, but the world is so cool and the plot is really exciting. So I have very mixed feelings about those books now.
okay. Well, yeah, middle school me really liked it.
Yeah.
All right, Berkeley, you told me something really neat about something that your wife made for you, and I was wondering if you'd like to share it with the class.
Okay, yeah, so we want to play a little game on stream. We're going to see how it goes. Aside from Stardew Valley, we're already playing one game. We're bored of that. We're going to play a second game. So for Christmas, my wife made me a Stardew Valley Guess Who, where we took a regular Guess Who game and she printed out the Stardew Valley characters on cardstock and like slipped them into the game. And it is so much more fun playing Guess Who with Stardew Valley characters because instead of just asking questions about appearance, you can ask all kinds of things about them, especially because my wife and I know so much about these characters. So I was interested in trying to play you and I, not necessarily Guess Who because we don't have a way to show you the boards, but like a 20 questions where we each pick a character and try to guess who the other person's thinking of. And if either of us get stuck, maybe the chat can bail us out.
Yeah, so just a little bit more background because Berkeley did a great job of explaining from the perspective of somebody who knows the characters. That's really cool, and there's a lot of interesting and fun things to learn. But for me, who doesn't know anything about any of the characters, it might be that I completely guess wrong every time, and we never get anywhere. So, chat, I'm depending on you, and I can't overstate it how much. Okay, so I've actually picked a character. I've got one in mind already. So Berkeley, go ahead and start guessing.
Okay. Do you think it would be more or less fun if I took my headphones out and you told everyone who your character was?
Oh yeah, more fun for sure.
Okay. I'm gonna do that. Oh, but then when will I know to put them back?
I'll wave my hands erratically.
Okay. Sounds good. There's a little delay, so there will be a comical delay between
okay.
when you wave when I put my headphones back in.
Okay.
Okay.
Are they off? Ooh, this is now I have to alt tab. Yeah, they're off. Okay. I chose Clint because I hate Clint and I think he's so whiny. And I also know a lot about him because he's one-dimensional and easy to know stuff about. So that's what I said. Okay, I'm going to wave unless anybody has anything to say in the chat. All right, I'm going to take that as a good to go. All right, Berkeley, come back. I need you. It's not happening. Why is this taking so long? What? Berkeley, come back. I need you. Okay.
I'm back. I feel like that took a really long time.
Yeah, it did.
Are you... I'm nervous now. What happened? Also, Susie in the chat says lol. Oh, maybe that was to Megan's comment, which was that the game was very fun until you forget who has a job and who doesn't. I'm not upset about that. No hard feelings for that thing that happened between the two of us. Okay. Starting the next day. Maybe I should have waited and just started guessing things while in bed. Okay. So, does your person live alone?
Yes. Probably.
Okay. Probably. Hold on.
Probably.
Chat, does Jared's person live alone? This is the real reason why I wanted you to tell the chat.
That's very wise of you.
Okay, Susie says yes. Your person does live alone. Thank you for the confirmation. Okay, does your person have... Is your person able to like sell the character things?
Yes.
Is part of our whole premise as a show not doing business with with your person? Not doing certain types of business.
Yes.
Is your person Clint?
My person is Clint.
Yes.
Better question, is Clint a person?
He's a video game character.
Yeah, that is true.
So no?
Well, I was thinking more along the lines of like, does he have enough qualities to be a person? I described him to the chat as one-dimensional, and part of the reason I chose him is because he's so one-dimensional.
Nice. Okay.
So that's that. I don't know, but yeah, he is definitely not a real human being. Probably.
Maybe based on someone.
Maybe.
You don't know.
Maybe he's a self-insert.
Did you buy more copper?
I made a ton of bombs, and there are some in the brown chest.
Cool. I'm gonna start blowing up trees then.
Yeah, I spent more than half our money actually to do that. So.
Okay, that's great. I don't have anything better to spend money on.
Okay, I'm gonna go fishing now to earn some money back. Maybe I'll watch you blow stuff up first. That'll be fun. Okay. Cool. Anyways.
Megan said Clint could have everything he says he wants, but he's too cowardly to go after it and deals with it by whining to the player character.
Facts.
I agree. I have seen people online who are like very sympathetic to Clint. In fact, one of my good friends has been courting Emily, but won't like actually ask her to marry him because he doesn't want to upset Clint. And I just feel like Clint is such a like capital NG nice guy.
Yeah.
That I just don't feel any sympathy for him.
No.
And I spent all of middle and high school as a capital NG nice guy, so I feel like I can say that.
He seems
but
like
I've recovered and learned.
A bit not. Of an incel, also.
Yeah. Definitely agree.
So you would say you were a nice guy in high school. That's interesting.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. Well, I really thought that I wanted to be dating people, but didn't know how to, and so then just complained instead of like being nice.
And like actually going and doing it. You know, that's a good point. I was surprised, but yeah, it's kind of true now that you say it. I never thought of it that way, but yeah. I think I was right there with you for some of that.
Oh, I feel like you were a lot better at recognizing that the people around you were people. But from what I saw, it seemed like you were interacting with lots of people in healthier ways than I was.
The world.
But we don't need to get into that. This is not therapy. This is Stardew Valley Tools Aren't Real Edition. I also have a person. Do you want to start guessing?
I do. Ooh, do I like them?
Oh, I don't think you have an opinion on them.
Okay, follow-up question. Do I know who they are? Do I know they exist?
Good question. Yeah, you know they exist.
Okay. can you date this person?
No, but I wish you could.
And I don't have an opinion. I was about to say, are they Linus? But I definitely have an opinion about Linus. And that is that Linus is the best. Okay. Is their hair a traditional human color of hair?
Yes.
Great. Do they live alone? That was a good question. That doesn't give me any information because I don't know. I don't know who lives alone.
They do not live alone.
They do not live alone. Okay. Do they live with their parents?
No.
Okay. Is this person a human?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, they're a video game character.
Well, I mean,
as much of a person as Clint is, I guess, but like
better.
just as one-dimensional, but it's a better dimension.
Okay.
How about that?
So it's not Krobus then.
Wait. Oh, I see. It's not Krobus.
Is this person somebody that we've talked about extensively?
Not extensively. I think I have mentioned on the stream that I wish they were dateable, but that was it, as far as I remember.
Oh man, is this person? Oh, what is their name? The farming lady. Marnie. Is it Marnie?
It is not Marnie. That's a good guess.
Okay.
I don't have a desire to date Marnie. No offense.
Wait, hang on. Is this person single?
No.
Okay, is it Robin?
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Marnie's not single either, I guess. So that
No.
I mean, it wasn't...
Well, she's not married. I would have called her single, and her boyfriend refuses to call himself her boyfriend.
Yeah, there's a lot of like bad male role models in this game.
There sure are.
Including the guy who mails you a bomb.
No, he's a good male role model. I love Kent.
Okay. I don't suggest mailing bombs to people, but if that's what you like, then I guess. Berkeley, I want you to guess again, but I don't know anything about this person, and it's going to be solely appearance based.
Okay. Sorry, Megan in the chat says that Berkeley has a big fat crush on Robin. Yeah, I do. From the second I started playing the game, like the first character you meet is Robin, and I saw her and I was like, oh, you can date people in this game. I can't wait to date her. Nope, she was not an option.
You know, Robin seems really cool, and also just being around somebody, like even being close friends with somebody who's always building stuff like that seems like it'd be really fun because you could go learn how to do it. I don't know how to do building things.
Yeah.
The most complicated thing I've built that required power tools was a shed, and it was from a kit and had an instruction book. And I don't see Robin using an instruction book, so I'm very impressed.
Okay. Point of order, though, you do build circuit boards, do you not?
I do that, yes.
I would argue that a circuit board is more complicated than a shelf or a shed.
I agree with that, but it's a lot smaller, so it's easier to manipulate. Physically easier.
That's what...
Physically easier. Mentally, maybe not. Maybe challenging, but in a different way. Okay, so Berkeley, I want you to take your headphones off. I'm going to tell the chat who this is. I don't know anything about this person, so I'm going to wait. And Megan, if you're in the chat, I need you to say yes or no if you know who this is. Okay, go ahead, Berkeley.
Wait,
take them off.
Just a second. I used all the bombs.
Oh, okay.
I guess that's all I had to say. I'm gonna look into making more sprinklers.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know I had to tell you that. Bye.
Okay. So this person is Sandy. I was scrolling on the wiki through like the pictures of all the people, and Sandy has like this very majestic, whimsical look. It looks almost like she's wearing an like a swirly cloud as a shirt. So that's what I'm gonna have Berkeley try to guess. Have you guys met Sandy? Do you know about Sandy? Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to ask more. Berkeley to sue. Okay, good. I know nothing, and I'm very intrigued. Okay, Berkeley, go ahead. It's time. This is probably the most awkward thing that I've done in like years, is waving at Berkeley like this. There we go. All right.
Okay, I'm back. The chat has betrayed you by revealing your person's gender. That narrows down roughly half. I don't know the
That
gender.
was such an anime laugh moment. It's too good. Okay, anyways, yeah, that's okay.
Also, do you have a way to see the chat?
I alt tabbed out to look at the chat.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm. Does your person live in like Pelican Town proper, in the like that part of the map?
No.
Does your person live alone?
I don't know that. I don't know the answer to that question. Let me look. Hang on.
Okay.
Okay, so turns out I have met this person, first of all, now that I'm reading about it. And secondly, the answer is they do not live alone.
They do not live alone. Huh. Does your person... Are you able to buy things from this person?
Yes.
Okay. Woman... Wait, did you say yes or no to Pelican Town?
I said no to Pelican
Okay.
Town.
Not in Pelican Town. I do not know why I'm so scatterbrained right now. Not in Pelican Town, can sell things to you.
Yes.
Does not live alone. Is your person Robin?
No. I would count Robin as living in Pelican Town.
Oh, okay. Is your person Sandy?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you counting the bouncer as living with her?
Uh-huh.
Okay. That was my fault. I didn't count the bouncer as a person. Wow. Look at me. I need to check my biases.
Despicable. And by despicable, I mean I'm actually very impressed. And also, LOL at the developer for naming the person who lives in the desert Sandy. Hilarious.
I almost asked you if her name was a pun, but that would have sounded like a really stupid question if it wasn't Sandy.
Well, I would have been extremely impressed, but I don't think it would have changed my overall opinion of you.
Okay, well that's good. I wouldn't have played this game if I'd known what your overall opinion of me was at stake. Megan clarified that the bouncer obviously goes home to his loving husband at night and does not live with Sandy. I accept that headcanon. Unless it's real canon, then I don't have a choice in whether I accept it or not.
Where though? What domicile? Is it the back room? Because the back room is still part of the building, right?
The back room's actually it is part of the building. It is a casino. I don't think anyone lives back there except maybe Mr. Chi. Megan in the chat says Sandy is not her real name. Do tell. This is exciting news for me. Also, do you mind if I go buy a bunch more copper?
Please do. I'm gonna fish and try to make that sweet cash money to make up for all of our bomb expenses.
Cool. I'm also gonna need to buy enough copper and iron to buy a few more sprinklers.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
We've got 4 sprinklers right now. I think we're gonna have to destroy all the ones that we have because tilling the soil usually destroys the sprinkler as well, unless we're really careful with our bombs. Anyway, yeah, I think we probably want at least 12 sprinklers because we need to get quality. We want to finish quality crops during summer, which means we need a ton of, let's see, corn and melons.
Does fertilizer guarantee quality crops, or does it just change the growth speed?
Some types of fertilizer change the growth speed. Other types increase the odds of getting quality, but it's not guaranteed.
Okay. I didn't know there were multiple kinds of fertilizer. Thank you for educating me.
You're welcome. There's actually even more kinds than that because there's like, well, there's just a lot. I'm talking to Clint now. I don't have time to talk about fertilizer. I'm very focused on clicking the buy button. Megan in the chat says that Sandy has a line of dialogue where she says, "My name's not really Sandy, you know. It's just good for business." I love that. Sandy, can't knock the hustle. You're doing great.
That feels like a very YA novel line to say.
Yeah, I can see that. This game's writing is about at a YA level, and I appreciate that. I respect it.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I spent more money than I meant to. Oh jeez.
We have $244 left. Oh my goodness. That is too good. We are broke.
I'm so sorry. I can't believe I did that.
This is hilarious. That's so good. I've got some quests I'm pretty sure I've completed. Let's take a look here. Nope. Nope. The answer is no. I don't. That's okay. We'll make it back. At least it wasn't at the casino.
Okay, yeah, I've got stuff to sell too. Inventory. I think we'll still have enough for what we need. Let's see. So we need 8 more gold bars. It's gonna be, or not gold, copper bars. It's gonna be 40, which will leave 80 for making bombs, which will be 20 bombs. Yeah, that's plenty. We're great. No stress here. We're doing so good. We're really good at this game, Jared.
Berkeley, I saw a screenshot today of somebody who had multiple houses all in a row at the top of their farm. Is it possible to have Robin move a house for you? Is that a thing?
I'm not sure if she can move your main house. I don't think so. You can buy sheds that look like houses, and you can also buy like the little farmhand houses, and those can probably be moved.
Is it possible then to destroy the other farmhand houses?
Like for us specifically, since we have an extra one?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. We should ask Robin. Or the chat. Does anyone in the chat know? Can you destroy the... We have an extra farmhand house because I accidentally logged on the wrong account one time and it made a house and I thought we were stuck with it. I like the air of mystery it brings to our farm because it's like, you two sleep in one house. Why are there 3 houses?
Have you ever seen Cold Comfort Farm, Berkeley?
No. Is that a movie?
It is a movie, and I think it's like an old British movie. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember a lot of the details, but it's kind of about this like matriarch figure who's been manipulating her whole family into like poverty and and like serving her
Cool.
based on some childhood trauma that she had like it's implied that she had fabricated it rather than it being real.
Whoa.
And
That's a
part
little
of that
intense.
is like this farm has a lot of like mysterious goings on, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't know if I'd recommend anybody watch it. It was a really weird experience, but it just reminded me that could be us if we want it.
Yeah. Yeah, let's start some very ominous but subtle shenanigans. Okay, Susie and Megan in the chat are both pretty sure that we can destroy the farmhands' houses. Cool. Looks like we get to go talk to Robin then.
I would love somebody to mod in that bombs damage houses. Just because I think it would be fun to blow up a house.
I don't know if you can say that.
I think it would be fun to hypothetically blow up a house in the video game.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, we've got plenty of sap to make the fertilizer that we need, and we've got enough metal to make the sprinklers that we need. So I think we're in really good shape for summer. Just before day one, we'll want to make sure that we know exactly what we want to plant so we can race over and buy all our seeds.
Okay.
Okay, Susie says, since we're talking about the characters of Stardew Valley, one of my favorite characters is Caroline, and I would totally steal her from Pierre. Pierre doesn't treat her well anyways. I agree. That's another example of how the men in this game are not great.
Can you tell me more about that? I don't know anything about the relationship.
Yeah, oh shoot, I have like vague memories. So we've talked about how it's pretty heavily implied that the wizard is actually Abigail's father, not Pierre.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Um, although I guess Caroline cheating on Pierre reflects worse on Caroline than Pierre. So don't put that in the evidence. Pierre has a few lines that are a little misogynistic, mostly towards his daughter, but I think we can infer that he probably treats his wife the same way. I'm talking so seriously about these made up characters, but I just love them and care about them a lot. Uh, what else? There's a cutscene where you find his secret stash, which might be porn or drugs, a little ambiguous,
Mm-hmm.
in his bedroom, and he like threatens you and tells you not to tell his wife about it. Let's see, what else? I think those are the main ones. Does anyone have any other reasons Pierre sucks, and specifically why he's a bad husband? Susie says Pierre cares more about his store than anything or anyone, for sure. Which works when it's like when you're thinking about Jojo Mart versus Pierre's store. It's like, oh yeah, Pierre's store is the good one. Let's root for that. But then you, especially once you finish the community center and Jojo Mart's not an issue anymore, it's like, oh, you should take care of your family.
So that's actually a really interesting point. Part of the game, like my perception of it, is that you're here to like help save Pelican Town.
Hmm.
But I guess like just based on kind of what we've talked about, do they deserve to be saved? Are there more good people than bad people, or is the point that there's like good and bad facets in everybody?
Dang, that's a heavy question. Um, I enjoy the people of Pelican Town as a whole. I don't know if that's the point of the game though. I feel like you trying to save Pelican Town isn't necessarily about the people there. I think it's more about the way of life.
Hmm.
Especially since you came here because of your grandfather and your grandfather's no longer alive. It's not necessarily about like saving the people of the town. It's more about leaving that little slice of the world where corporations haven't ruined everything, in my opinion.
So it's really about saving yourself then, and the town is like an externalization of that struggle.
That's a good question. I don't know if it's even just about yourself. I guess the cutscenes kind of imply, especially the reason that you came to Pelican Town is like about you and you trying to feel good.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if your farmer saved the community center and then moved away, it would still be a happy ending. The character doesn't need Pelican Town, but I think that we all need places like Pelican Town to exist. Um, that sounds so arrogant. I'm not trying to sound like overly poetic about it, but like you and I have talked about how we wouldn't want to live in a place like Pelican Town unless we could guarantee like steady income and healthcare and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
um, which is typically easier to get outside of small cities, or small towns. But I just I I want the world to have little quiet places like this, little communities. That's my take.
Yeah, I don't know. I think for me, as you were talking about it, it really is more about the community than like the place. Like I want a community to exist where people are kind to
Mm.
each other and help each other, and there's room for everybody. And I think that in the corporate world, sometimes it doesn't feel like that's real. Um, and where it is portrayed, it's like a marketing tactic more than an actual heartfelt belief. So, like the value of the story is the idea that it's possible. I don't know. Don't overthink it like me, kids.
It's a fun game. We can make plants come out of the ground without using any tools.
We can build explosives at home without going to federal prison. Yay. All right.
Well, we've gone yet another stream without having anything to donate. Thank you again, everyone, for bearing with us while we go through this little bit of a plateau. As soon as summer hits, we'll have more items to donate. And after that, I think most of the rest of the game is going to go pretty fast, other than getting hardwood.
We're halfway
I
there
think
on the
we have...
hardwood, by the way.
Oh, that's awesome. That's farther than I thought we were.
Yeah.
Um, cool. Yeah, we're doing great. Once summer hits, everything's going to change. Um, no, not everything, but we by midsummer we should have the greenhouse, which means we can plant any other crops we need any time of year. We won't have to wait for specific times of year to do things. Yeah, we've got a couple items left that are just a little tricky, but we're getting close. Got our ducks in a row. And Droxima says it's still very enjoyable. Thank you. That means a lot, and thanks for being here. Um, yeah, I think that's it. Do you want to call it there? We're
Yeah.
coming up on an hour. Okay.
Let's take before we close out. I just want to take a quick look at all the land you cleared. I don't think that we got to see that whole process.
Oh yeah, you're the one with
Wow.
the camera.
It's looking good. We've almost got enough space for a completely new building.
Yeah, but let's put plants there instead first. At least for
Definitely.
one more season.
Wait, Berkeley, abandoned house, but smoke coming from the chimney. Anyways,
I can't investigate.
it's been another beautiful spring week here on Stardew Valley Tools Aren't Real edition. Thanks for coming
Yeah.
out. Thanks for talking with us. Thanks for dealing with my embarrassing lore ignorance.
Yeah, you're the one that remembered that the bouncer is a person. So full credit to you on that.
Thanks.
Okay. We will not be able to stream on Tuesday next week, so keep an eye on our Instagram to see the next time we will be going live. Yeah. And until then, enjoy.
And follow us on Instagram also, sv.ter. You'll like it, I promise. All right.
Ready now? Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.